What's up, guys? Curtis Riggleman here. And so this morning I'm gonna shoot a little video for one of you guys out there. This young man's name is Jay. I believe he said he's out of Ohio and he's looking for new prospects on lease returns. And he had asked me on my Instagram, how did I go about getting lease returns and flip them into new vehicles. So I'm going to go over a couple techniques I used to use doing this, and I did a lot of these because it's low-hanging fruit and it's not very difficult. It's pretty easy. I always am going to shoot for my lowest hanging fruit first before I go after the more difficult ones. This business is about confidence and wins. So the more wins I get, the more yeses I get, the more confidence I gain, then I can go after the more difficult stuff. But if I got something that's low-hanging fruit, take the fucking low-hanging fruit. And these lease returns are generally pretty easy. So most of my career when I was selling cars, it was with a Nissan dealership. Nissan, you can get list of the lease returns coming due. And in most cases, they would have pre-approvals on there where they would automatically approve the customer for a new payment. They'd give you a payment call. Ford has something similar. A lot of manufacturers have something similar. Either way, you can get the lease return list from your manufacturers if your sales managers will go pull the list for you. When I would reach out to these customers, I generally like to reach out 90 to 120 days before they expire. And some manufacturers will give you a deadline, like Ford, for example. You have to do this before 120 days. Once you're inside 120 days, the only option is the customer to buy the car or go back to Ford. There's no other options anymore. So I would try to reach out that 90 to 120 day window. I would call the customer and I would let them know I am the leasing fleet manager and I want to schedule a pre-inspection with them. It's time to schedule your pre-inspection appointment and go over your lease options with you. This would strike a question most of the time. They say, what are my options? What are you talking about? And I would let them know when you are coming up due on a lease, as long as we do it within 90 days of the lease return, you have several options. I do a physical appraisal on your vehicle. I get you an offer of what it's worth to the dealer. Oftentimes, the dealer is willing to pay more than the manufacturer. The manufacturer has a set price they're going to pay for the vehicle if you return it. If the dealer is willing to pay $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 more, you get to keep that equity versus giving it back to the manufacturer. If you give it back to the manufacturer and it's worth $4,000 more than your residual, the balance, the manufacturer keeps that money. They'll run your car through the auction. They'll make that $3,000 or $4,000 and they keep that profit. If we determine your car is worth $3,000 or $4,000 more, you keep that money. You can put that in your pocket if that's what you want to do. The other option, we'll look at your vehicle and see what your returning lease options are on a new one. Now that you're a previous customer and you're a loyalty customer, you're going to have special programs that only you qualify for as a previous leasee of the vehicle. The third thing is if you do want to just return it and walk away, then we'll do the pre-inspection of your vehicle and give you an idea of the cost you're going to be looking at so you have time to prepare for that over the next couple months. For example, most leases have a $350 deposition, basically a fee, and then you get charged for any excessive wear or any body damage and any excessive miles if you went over the miles that are allowed. So when you bring your vehicle in, Mr. Customer, I'm going to go over all your options that are available to you. I'm going to lay them out in front of you, and that way you got time to make a decision. But if you choose to keep your equity, that time is running short because once you get inside 60 days, you no longer have that option anymore. So I'll go over these options with the customer and I kind of preload them over the phone because I know the wheels are going to be spinning now. They're probably going to start looking on your website. They're probably going to start looking at what's available. Now, when I bring that customer in, I set that appointment. I bring the customer in, which they almost all set the appointment. I just tell them this is the pre-inspection due on your vehicle. You're coming up within 120 days. It's time to get this pre-inspection out of the way. They'll listen. When you bring it in, now you got to play a little tag team action. First thing I would do is I would go get the full trade sheet on the vehicle, and then I would turn it into my sales manager. And I would let them know I've just turned this in. They're going to input this lease on. In about 15 minutes, we're going to get some options available to us. Now, if you chose to take your equity and apply that toward another vehicle, would you want something similar, or would you want a different type of vehicle this time? They're going to give me what their options are. I would say, you know what? We got 15 minutes to kill anyway. Let's go out on the lot and see if there's something that jumps out to you. If something jumps out to you that you like, I'll have my manager put together numbers on both, and that way you have all the options in front of you. How's that sound? Guys, they say yes to this 100% of the time. They've already been thinking about it anyway. These are easy yeses because I'm giving them all the options. Customers always love options. Everything is in their court. I'm going to give you all the options that are available to you. You let me know what you would like to do from there. Now, when I bring that customer back in, I'm showing them options. I make sure that I touch everything on that vehicle that I can put a dollar amount to that's going to potentially cost them. If there's scratches, if there's dents, if there's excessive wear and tear, if it's a 24-month lease and your tires and brakes are shot, you're damn right the manufacturer's going to charge you for that shit. So I'll go over those costs with them, and then I'll show them the lovely option of trading that vehicle into a new one, and how we roll all those costs away, and you can just move it to your next vehicle. Guys, this is low-hanging fruit. These are easy. I've sold, I can't tell you how many cars I've sold doing this. Practice your call before you reach out to the customer. That's important. You want to practice and put in a few reps on that call so you sound fluid when you're on the phone with a customer. Remember, you're the leasing fleet manager, so you want to sound like a professional. You're not begging them for an appointment. You're letting them know it's time to schedule you for your pre-inspection appointment. And you set the appointment for them. And keep it professional, like you're on a clock. Think like a doctor. A doctor would never tell you, when would you like to come in any time. They have a schedule, and that time is money. And you need to think the same way. Let me see what I have available for you. How's Wednesday look? They say, I can do Wednesday. Okay, what are your available times after Wednesday? I'm available after 5. Let me see what I have available after 5. I have a 7:15 on Wednesday. Is that too late? No, I can make that. Perfect. Keep it professional. Put a value on your time so they value your time. Okay? Guys, listen, I hope this helps. If you look through my long-form training, you'll see some training on service to sales, which is another low-hanging fruit, but I got some word tracks for that. And if there's anything you guys need, anything specifically that you want some help with, DM me on my Instagram. It's official Curtis Riggleman, and I'll be happy to help you out, man. I'm here for you guys. Listen, I am an industry advocate sales coach. I'm here for you guys. If there's something you need help with, you just let me know.